Well, hello, Shackers. This is Miss J. BeExposedRadio.com at the Sugar Shack. Have engineer Robbie in the background holding it down. Miss Versatile will be in here shortly. How is everyone today on this wonderful Thirsty Thursday? How are you there, Sugar Plum?
I'm good.
All right. It is a beautiful day outside. It is 83 degrees in Charm City today. You know, this week has really gone by pretty fast. I think it went faster than last week. What is going on in the world? As usually, we have at the Sugar Shack, we have a great show today lined up for you Shackers. So we have Mr. Larry M. Morris. He is a life appreciation coach, and his company is called Brother World. So he'll be on in a later part of this hour. And I started posting our At the Sugar Shack questions of the day. I have 2 of them. And unfortunately, we weren't on the air when the phone started ringing, so I'm pretty glad about that. But since you just put your headset on, Rob, one of the 2 topics for At the Sugar Shack today, and of course feel free to chime in also, Rob, HIV and dating. Would you? Could you?
Would I date somebody with HIV?
Mm-hmm.
Nah. Too much of a risk.
Well, I posed that question because it's a lot of people out here who are dating that are HIV positive. Now, whether or not, I would hope they would be informing their partners. I would hope. Because that's extremely important to tell your partner. So the exact question was, diagnosed with HIV, currently dating, is this a positive or real deal breaker of a relationship? And so I said, chime in with your opinion. Give us a call at 855-835-5857. Enter 1, or you can text us at 443-642-9403. And our other question at the Sugar Shack question of the day: why do single women / men put themselves out there to date or love a married man or woman? So that's our second question of the day. Once again, I know other people who do this, and a lot of them are not happy at the end, because you are sharing yourself in the real world. You are sharing and with someone else. It's a spouse. That's the bottom line. Now, whether or not they see you on the weekend, whether or not they see you once a week, majority of the time they're with that main spouse. So I'm pretty sure that leaves a little salt in the wound, because you would want to spend all your time with your partner, but they're obligated to someone else. So those are our 2 at the Sugar Shack questions of the day. So please chime in today. I would love to hear from everyone. Your opinion there, Rob? So you already gave your opinion on the first one. Excuse me. Would it be of fear of you maybe catching it, or that's just not, you wouldn't even give it a chance?
It's just the fear of catching it.
Okay.
Because you never know. One night you don't got it, the next morning you do. And it's like, so I'd rather just avoid the whole situation.
So what if the person doesn't tell you?
Then when they do tell me, that's definitely like a deal breaker. Like, why didn't you tell me from the jump?
I didn't know how to tell you.
All you had to do was tell me.
And that's usually how it goes.
Yeah, like now it's definitely over, so. And then it's like, I don't want to be mean. I'm not being mean. This is my health we talking about, you know? I don't think it's mean if, like, later on down the line they told me, and I was like, I can't be with you anymore.
Because?
Because you have a virus.
But I promise you, you won't get it. See, it's just a lot of these different scenarios that I could probably see someone having a conversation to say these things. And, you know, you feel bad for the person.
You do.
Who has it, because in their mind, their life is over.
Yeah.
And no one will love them. But in fact, there's people who do love them and put that to the side of, and the crazy thing, I see it every day at my work. And they're married. They're boyfriend and girlfriend, or boyfriend and boyfriend, or whatever the case may be.
I'm happy for him.
And
because, like, if I got the virus, I just automatically think, like, dang, my life over. I can't even, I mean, I could have kids, but wouldn't the virus get passed on to the child? So, like, why would I even do that?
More than likely it will.
Yeah, so why would I can't have kids. And that's something that I really, really want to do.
So, I know we had spoke about STDs before and what was worse a couple of weeks ago, like a week and a half ago. So, are there different dating rules? If so, what should the rules be for someone who has HIV?
I don't even know. That's deep. Do they even have dating rules?
That's a good question. I would love to hear from someone who has the virus. That's going to be another show. I'm going to make that happen.
That'd be cool.
Because I would love to hear personally what their dating life is like. Because I'm pretty sure they've had lonely nights, lonely days. One, they could be withholding the information from people. Some might just come out with it. Look, this is what it is. Either you're gonna love me, you're gonna like me, or you don't. I can see some people go hard like that. I can imagine some people. And it's like, what else do they have to lose?
True. I think that's the kind of person I'd be. Like, if I did get it, I'd be like, alright, well, no. Because it's kind of one of those things, like, I mean, I was about to say, it's like when you win the lottery and you don't want to tell people because you feel they're going to treat you differently.
It is like that.
Yeah, but
unfortunately, it's not the lottery that you want. That's definitely the case.
Yeah.
But you're I'm not going to say you're not even 1 in a million, because a couple of people who have won the lottery that's 1 in a million that have won. So you are a minority among minorities because of your status.
I think I'll put this Band-Aid on too tight. My finger's turning purple.
Yeah, take that off. Yeah. You're a little too heavy for me trying to carry you to the hospital, even though it's right around the corner, but so, but that's very interesting that, yeah, I'm gonna have to set that up because I have so many questions to ask, and I don't want to presume to speak about someone who has it, because it might be totally different than the way that we're thinking. Meaning they could have a great dating life, sexually, emotionally, and they might not be bitter, mad at the world. They just learn to cope with it and deal with it and keep it moving. Like covering it up with the Band-Aid. Like, I'm hurting, but I got this medicine and it's going to help me out. Once again, that's why it's very important to get tested.
Please get tested.
Every 6 months. Extremely important. Because if you don't know your status and you're on a trust scale with your partner or partners, wrong move. Because you're not with someone every day. Which leads to our other Sugar Shack question the other day of why do single women / men date married men / women?
How can a married person even date? Like, that's so out of the question. Like, you got married. You had to go through a whole ceremony and jumping over a broom and a honeymoon. And you're going to cheat? Well, are they cheating or the other married couple, like, separated?
No, they're together.
They're like, I love you, you love me.
Yeah, we eating dinner every night. They're married.
I just don't see how people can cheat when they're married. Like, that's crazy. I think marriage is the ultimate commitment in a relationship.
It is. And so many people have ruined the sanctity of marriage. It's just like a business relationship now. It seems like with most marriages.
Can you explain that?
You pay the bills, I pay the bills, we meet in the middle. For the sake of the kids, we gonna keep a happy face. Wrong mistake. Never stay together for the kids. Kids will lose in the end.
Sad, but it's true.
The intention might be good, but the concept of doing it, wrong. Because the kids are going to want, of course, to see the parents together all the time. The kids pick up on things. Kids see things. And then some people are dumb enough to take the kids around the other person. Never do that. That's out of line and out of order. Now, if you want to do your dirt, do your dirt.
Do it in the sandbox.
Do it in the sandbox.
Don't do it on the playground.
No.
That's for the kids.
That's for the kids.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Just don't do it. But people do it all every day, every second of the hour.
Have you ever cheated?
No.
Never?
With someone anybody that I've been with? No.
You ever got cheated on?
Yes. Several times.
Yeah.
Yes. 2 out of my long-term relationships I've been cheated on. Yeah. Faithful to the end. But because once again, I believe in being with one person. And don't get me wrong, you can look all day, can wink and blink all day. But if you feel as though you're in a committed relationship, why do you need to stray to someone else? There's not enough companionship to warrant you once again. And see, once again, this topic can lead back to our first topic of HIV status. So nothing warrants you to step out on your spouse for someone else. If you're being abused, mistreated, whatever, if you can leave, then leave. I know it's easiest to tell people leave a relationship, but until you're in that situation, then it's better left alone. Because you never know if you were in the same situation. See, I'm playing devil's advocate right now because people stay in relationships for different reasons. Like I said, it could be for the kids, it could be for money, it could be for health reasons.
It could be for sex.
It could be for sex. Could be for blackmail. It could be for a lot of different reasons. And with that being said, the person stayed. They stayed together. They have the opportunity to go out that door and never look back. But when they come back, that shows what? You're in it to win it. So,
sometimes it can show weakness. Because I knew a girl who, she was going through some relationship difficulties, and it was like an abusive relationship, and the guy, she said she got an ex parte on the person, but then the person called and was like, look, I'm about to go get some Jamaican food, do you want to come? And she was like, yeah.
What? So was she gaining sympathy points?
Sympathy points from who? From me?
From anybody. Because if she just got an ex parte order, the last thing she should have been worried about is going to get some Jamaican food with the person that is threatening her or abusing her, right?
Yeah, man, there's just a lot of stuff going on with that situation. I just hope that person can understand.
Be strong enough and get out of it.
But then sometimes you just get so deep and you don't even know, like, a way out. You don't know anything else.
The life of an abused person. Alright? Give us a call at 1-855-835-5857. Enter 1, or you can text us at 443-642-9403. So, I know men and I know women who are married and have a relationship outside of their marriage. But the crazy thing is, the person that they're stepping out with feels they're entitled as being the second wife or the second husband.
Wrong.
You're second. Who wants to be second in anything? If I'm not number one, we're not doing it. Because I will be the queen and always be the queen. So playing second to anybody is out of the question. It's not enough love in the world to make me believe you're going to leave that person. Because a person can do a lot of talking. And then when that person that's outside of the relationship, meaning the person that is caught in it, so to speak, and they believe everything that the other person is telling them. So they believe that they're going to leave their spouse. They believe that they're going to be together forever. And what is the thing I always say? Karma. Karma is a bitch. The way that you get a person is the way that you're going to lose the person. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow. But if he tips out on the wife or she tips out on the husband, what makes you think they're going to be faithful? Because you're special? No. Everyone is special, but you're not special enough for them to break up their household. It's not going to happen. So ladies and gentlemen, just think about that before getting yourself involved in something you're definitely going to regret down the line. So they can put in a brave front of, well, I can date whoever I want to date because I know they at home with their spouse. But then that's conflict because now you're bringing somebody into that triangle. So now you got a square.
That's four sides for people who.
Yeah, 4 sides from a triangle to a square. And the sad part is, we have a caller. Hello, caller. You're on with at the Sugar Shack. How can we help you? Hello? Well, we have to take a...
Yeah, they hung up.
Oh. We have to take a break. This is Miss J on Big Exposed Radio with Engineer Robbie at the Sugar Shack, and we'll be back. You are now listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Today in school, I learned a lot. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me. In biology, I learned that I'm fat and stupid. In English, I learned that I'm disgusting. And in gym, I learned that I'm pathetic and a joke. The only thing I didn't learn in school today is why no one ever helps.
Kids witness bullying every day. They want to help, but they don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov. A message from the Ad Council.
Pitched a reality show to me earlier today.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Who did that?
I think it's in poor taste to even talk about it. I wouldn't even, you know what I'm saying? Would be some drama for your ass.
They pitched a reality show to you.
Yeah. No. It pitched a reality show to me like, wouldn't this be a great reality show?
Okay.
It was based on a guest that we're working up for this. I told you about an NBA player's son who got a girl pregnant, and the girl is HIV positive. And But don't worry, she's coming.
She's coming.
Just figure out whether we're going to send her a ticket or just take a phone call. So he said, wouldn't that be interesting, a reality show of people finding out the results of HIV tests? Think about the drama.
But that would be a good show, though. Seriously, but that'd be a hot show. Yeah.
Don't support that. I mean, that high drama.
Now somebody else out there, white, is going to steal your idea.
Remember where you guys heard it first, please.
Did you know that birthday parties help build confidence in kids?
Yeah. Did you know that giving kids less sugar before bedtime helps them sleep better?
Oh, totally. Did you know that friendly kids have more friends?
Everybody knows that.
Hey, guys, did you know that most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
I didn't know that.
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right car seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to make sure your child is protected. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Check out this flashback.
We always keep fashion first and foremost here. What is style to you? And I'll kick it off while y'all think. To me, style is being yourself. I think that the way you dress should reflect your personality. It should reflect what you stand for. Right. You know, I'm a mild person, so I dress mild. I know how to turn up, but I think that if you overdo it, that kind of can mess up everything for you. So definitely my suggestion, and even with styling other people, when I design for other people, I always do a small interview with them to figure out who they are, what they like, get a feel for their personality, and I take it from there. Right. Montrez, what do you think style is? What's your opinion on that?
I need a few seconds.
You need a few seconds? Are you Googling it?
No, I'm
tell us about your style.
It changes. I mean, I change a lot. But the word I was Googling is the word idiosyncratic to find the literal definition. That's the way I define style. Idiosyncratic. And pretty much it just means peculiar or individual. So style is what you make it. I don't necessarily follow trends. I don't Google. I don't know the top designers. I don't know the bottom designers. I don't know who's in the middle. I look at what I like and I wear it how I want, when I want, and I don't care if you like it or if you don't at all.
For more of the Jonathan Rashawn Show, be sure to tune in live on Mondays and Wednesdays at 8 p.m. right here on BExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to the Sharon Nixon Show on BExposedRadio.com.
International, y'all!
So, you know, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Michelle's dating the white man now, the journalist from London. I think I told you guys that before. She's not with her fiance anymore. I want to cater to you. I hate her verse in that song. Oh, she's so skinny. Can't you hear her legs clicking together even through the TV when they do video? And I know you all, hit me with the man stick, so that's why I don't feel bad hitting anybody else with it. She does look like a man. Just skinny, just a mess.
Welcome back. This is Miss J on BExposedRadio.com. And Engineer Robbie in the back holding it down. And we have our special guest on the line with us. Hello, special guest.
How you doing today, Miss J?
I'm great. On the phone, Shackers, we have motivational life appreciation coach, certified relationship expert, Mr. Larry M. Moore, in the house at the Sugar Shack today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for taking the time from your busy schedule to take part in this interview. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
So, as always, I always start off with saying to our guests that I can introduce you, but it always sounds better coming from you. So please introduce yourself to the Shackers and let them know who you are and what it is that you do.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm Brother Word, simply put. Larry M. Moore is my given name, professionally known as Brother Word, affectionately known as Brother Word. And what I do is I just try to help people get unstuck. Unfortunately, we let life just hamper us at times. Sometimes we let the ills of life just tear us down. But when we can look past those ills, when we can reach a little bit further, dig a little bit deeper, we can find those things that we are thankful for. Just waking up in the morning, the jobs we have, the cars we drive. It's just a matter of appreciation and just being grateful for the things that we do have in life. So what I try to do, Miss J, is I just try to help people get over that hump. Pontificator of possibilities, productivities, and what I try to do is just let you see that those possibilities are endless when you're positive. And when you're positive, those endless possibilities turn into productivity. And with all of that in turn, you can enjoy life to the fullest.
I totally agree. And the crazy thing is, in this time in the world, and the world is in a little chaos on a lot of different levels, and that's what a lot of people are looking for, something productive, something that's showing that it's a possibility to get themselves out of a current situation. And that's good, because that's where you come along to share the information of your company, Brother World, to the world. So how did you come up with the company's name? Let's start there.
It's actually Brother Word. And the thing with Brother Word is the way I came about, it's really my life in its totality, just my experiences, and just me coming to understand my purpose in this world. Brother Word, if you want to break it down, just take the word brother. Everyone has that brother, per se, that they're close to, someone that they can confide in, someone that they're comfortable with, someone that they can trust with their innermost thoughts and feelings. I'm as close as your brother. Whether you want to think about that brother physically, whether you want to think about that brother familial, whether you want to think about that brother as just someone that's a friend, I'm as close as your brother. And word. The power of the word is so underestimated. Mere words change lives. Mere words can control armies. Mere words can soothe the most savage beast. And the word carries so much weight and power. If we can use our words, both internal as well as outward, we can change this world around. So if you take those two together, Brother Word. I'm your closest friend who's going to give you a word that's going to help you change your life.
Very impressive. Very impressive. So did you somehow have some type of life-changing moment in your life that you decided to branch out to start this?
Actually, short story, I think it was something that was just put on me from early on, that I'll be perfectly honest with you, I ran from for quite a while. Over the years, people from all walks of life have always sought me out for certain advice, whether it was personal, whether it was business. They came to me as someone that they can trust, someone that they can learn from, someone that would give them some advice that would help them. And I never took it as a God-given purpose. More so, I ran from that responsibility, to be honest with you. But as life continued on, as life experiences happened to me, I had to come to accept it, whether I wanted to or not. It literally slapped me in my face. And certain experiences, some more tragic than others, actually propelled me into this position that I am now. So now I'm literally living on purpose. The purpose that was inbred in me, God-given talents, God-given responsibility. I'm literally living on that purpose. And if I can help one person change their life by giving them my testimony and sharing my experiences, I'm doing my job.
And I was going to say something else, but I'll wait later on into the interview for that. But with your favorite motivational word that you speak on, do you want to share that?
Absolutely, absolutely. I have a tagline that I use often, and anyone who hears me speak, anyone I encounter, it'll be one of the things that you'll hear multiple times, and it centers around being thankful. And that tagline simply says, the more you think, T-H-I-N-K, the more you think, T-H-A-N-K. Simply put, sometimes you have to replace I. We get so caught up on these things that I wish I had a better job. I wish I was in a different relationship. I wish this, I wish that, that we just completely forget and negate all that we do have and all those things that we are thankful for. Again, you woke up this morning. Unfortunately, some people didn't wake up this morning, and some people won't make it to sleep tonight. It may not be the ideal job, but you do have a job. And as long as you have breath in your body, you continue working to that ideal job. It may not be the best car in the world. It may not be that dream car, but guess what? It's getting you from A to B right now. So it's about just being thankful. And again, the more you think, the more you think.
Congratulations on that. Where,
thank you.
Right now, when you're speaking to individuals, are you speaking to young adults? What is the generation that you're targeting, or is there not a generation that you're not targeting?
I'm targeting anyone who wants to get unstuck. I'm literally targeting those who are motivated individuals who want to change their lives. Whether you're a young adult, whether you're an adult, whether you're single, whether you're a couple, whether you're a corporation or an organization, it's for those people that I'm trying to impart a bit of knowledge on to help them see that where they are is not as bad as what they think, nor is it everything. There is a greater side. There is a rainbow. There is that proverbial pot of gold that you can reach. So to answer your question simply, there isn't a target audience per se. I'm hitting every demographic that wants to hear me. Anybody who is looking to better their lives, I'm there for them.
So do you find that the word that you're trying and putting out there, that people are grasping to it and they appreciate it, so to speak?
Yes, absolutely. Appreciation is a good word for it, because I'm not trying to beat anybody over the head. Yes, I have the educational background. Yes, I have the studies from a psychological, psychiatry type standpoint, counseling, mediation, coaching, all of those things. But you have to reach people where they are. So we're not trying to, I'm not trying to beat anyone over the head. I'm not trying to talk over their head. I'm not trying to give them this big old scientific lecture that they cannot apply. I'm just giving them practical knowledge. More so, I'm being transparent. I'm literally giving them myself. In a very short time, I've experienced enough life events to last a few lifetimes. And if I can help anybody through my own testimonial experiences, not only that they can learn from them, but they don't have to go through some of these tragedies. And even if they are in those horrific moments, if you want to call them that, you can see that you don't have to remain there. So the message is being heard. More so, it's being applied. Even more so, is being ingrained to the point that people are coming out of situations that they've been stuck in for years. And it's a few steps we take. It's nothing difficult. It's nothing hard. It's nothing that anyone's not capable of doing. It's a matter of application. It's a matter of deciding that, you know what, enough is enough. I'm ready to turn my life around.
So do you go to prisons also?
I have not gone to prisons, but I have talked to young men who have come out of the prison system. I have talked to young men who have transitioned from a penitentiary standpoint and now trying to get reacclimated into society. And it's the same message. Hey, what happened then does not define who you are now. You've done your time. You've paid your price. Now you have to decide, how do you become a productive part of society? How do you better your life moving forward? So I have not actually gone into the prison business, and hopefully I will get the opportunity at some point to speak to a large scale group of men, young men, and get in front of them in that prison setting and show them, hey, I have no problem coming to where you are, because when you come out, I'm going to be right there as well.
Now, the young adults that of this generation, you know, are a little different than 20 years ago.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
So things are not quite 20 years ago is what it is now. Do you see the difference in the upbringing from 20, 30 years ago to the upbringing of the parenting now?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think anybody who pays attention can see there's a difference from generations of old and the current generation. Unfortunately, we have babies raising babies. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's not pretend. Parents these days are much younger than parents of the older generation. So we have parents now who are still learning how to be adults, let alone trying to figure out how to be a parent. And so it's a tricky situation trying to raise a child, and mentally, you're still an adolescent yourself. Exactly. So there's a huge disparity as far as how generations 60s, 70s, 80s were raised, and then going into the 90s present. It's a huge difference in how kids are being raised now.
For one thing, there is no big mama around.
No, big mama, grandma, that parental figure, whether it was female or male, that child, and fear is a tricky word because they didn't fear them to the point that they thought they were going to be hurt. But that fear was out of respect and reverence. That you know what? I don't want to disappoint this adult figure who has put so much into my life, who has sacrificed so much. So my fear is I don't want to disappoint them. I'm afraid to let them down. So I'm going to do what I need to do so I never have to see them be disappointed in me. And that's the difference now. We have a group of young adults, teenagers, kids, where they just don't have that reverence for elders. They don't have that reverence for adult figures, whether that be a teacher, whether that be officers of the law, whether that be someone just in society. They don't have that reverence anymore.
So at what point did you start to see your work making an impact?
The easiest way that I found to be able to relate to the young adults is just to be honest with them. I think, and this is from various conversations, various observations, various studies, as adults, we sometimes forget that, hey, at one point, we were a kid. At one point, we made mistakes. At one point, we thought we knew it all and knew absolutely nothing. And so what my approach is to any young adult, hey, this is who I am. And the reason that I am pushing you so hard because I see potential in you. So let me tell you about the mistakes that I made that took me off track. The mistakes that I made that put me further back than what I needed to be and caused me to have a delay in my growth. So the biggest thing that I try to be is transparent, because even a young adult or a kid, they know when somebody's not being genuine with them. They know when somebody doesn't sincerely care about them. So we can't beat them over the head. We can't force them to do anything. And we definitely can't pretend with them. So if we're genuine and sincere, just like an adult, it's their choice to decide now, where do I want to go with my life?
And that's true. You can't beat them over the head. You can lead them to the water, but you can't make them drink.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. But I don't care if they're 5 or 50. They're going to make a decision one way or another what they want to do. So the best thing that you can do is give them the tools and help them when they want to be helped.
So I see, and congratulations on these two things that I'm going to be discussing.
Okay.
Your talk show. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, ma'am. I am so excited, so excited. We have a brand new hit talk show that is really just picking up steam, and hopefully will be on the airwaves and television and somebody networking up very soon in near future. Everyday People, and it's literally, as it is stated, Everyday People. It's myself, Dr. Charles Tucker, Manny Romero, and Pastor David Robertson. 4 gentlemen from all walks of life. Executive produced by Charlotte Harris and Chris Harris with Parkside Media and Karma Talent Inc. And we're literally just taking the talk show genre by storm. And simply put, everyday people, we're just dealing with everyday life. Whatever may be going on in everyday life, from financial issues, spiritual issues, health issues, whatever it may be, we're touching people where they are. And the great thing about our show is it's not just stagnant, if that could be the right word. We're moving around. We're going to your city. We're going to their city. We're meeting people where they are. So our show is mobile. We're touching everyday people. The tagline we use is everyday people, where everyday people are actually great. So we're bringing it back to the people. We really are.
Congratulations on that. Now, congratulations on something else. Your radio show. So tell us about that.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely, absolutely. You, me, and we radio. Similar to your show, just talking about real life situations. And what we really try to deal with is just the relationships between men and women. And as you know, Ms. J, those relationships take different twists and turns, and people get lost, they get confused, they fall back in love, they fall out of love. And along with my co-host, Kizzy, we're really just trying to help people just define their relationships, develop their relationships, and then turn those relationships into forever, if that's what those people are talking about. So we talk about everything from a single male or female to a dating couple to a married couple to those that have been divorced or going through divorce. We talk about it all from top to bottom. So you, me, and we is dealing with the evolution of relationships. Just like you talked about earlier with just a difference in ways youth are being brought up, relationships have changed drastically as well. I actually did a post on my website, brotherword.org, yesterday where one of the one of the readers wrote in just asking about courting and dating. Do men actually court women as they used to? And that was such a hot topic, and I was like, well, how do I really address this? Because definitely didn't want to upset anybody and didn't want to make my readers go away, but we dug into it, and it really just shows how the perception of a relationship has changed over the years. So you, me, and we're really going to tackle those issues, and hopefully we can bring some relationships together and build some families and really get people back to just love and just those things that love encompasses, and having those strong unities and strong relationships. And even for those that a relationship is not, they can just benefit themselves for whatever they're trying to do.
Exactly. I totally agree. You're definitely a busy young man, and you have a lot going on, and I wish you, of course, all the best and all your endeavors with everything that you're doing. So if the question is, you speak to couples also, what do you find could be the biggest challenge with couples when you're speaking to them?
The biggest challenge for couples lies between intention and perception. It's literally a breakdown of communication. Because what I say and what I intend may not necessarily be how you perceive it. For example, it's Friday evening. Honey, where do you want to go to dinner? To me, it's a simple question. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to go out and spend some time, get out the house for a minute. In your mind, you may be like, hey, it's supposed to be date night. Why haven't you planned something for us already? You know, we're supposed to be working on our relationship and rekindling the fire. So literally, it's a breakdown in communication. And what happens a lot of times, especially in couples who have been together for a substantial amount of time, they get complacent. They get content. And so they begin to take each other for granted. They take certain things for, just, it's the norm. So I don't have to put the work I put in when we were either dating or when we first got married because, hey, we're used to each other now. But nobody's a mind reader. Nobody can absolutely know everything that you're thinking or every desire that you have. So you have to continue to build on your communication day in and day out. A lack of communication will literally destroy your relationship. And on the flip side of that, a great communication can build and strengthen a relationship. Communication solves a lot of issues because although we may disagree, at least we know where each other is thinking. We know where we are in a relationship. And we can, if we know where we are, we can work through that. So the biggest obstacle is always communication.
So if you have one party who is saying, okay, I want to go out, I want to spend some time. But then you have another person that's a little angry all the time and nothing is going right, or they want something different in the relationship. What advice would you give to that couple?
I'll probably start with the person that's angry all the time, or the one that's being a little hard or just standoffish, because it didn't start as I'm just upset. Something happened along the way that got you to that place. And I would ask the same way. This did not start today. And I know you've been holding your in. I know it's probably hurtful. I know it's something that you probably really don't want to address. But here we are. This is the platform to let everything out, put everything on the table. So what's really bothering you? Do you feel that things have become stagnant, mundane? Do you feel that things are just, you're being taken for granted, or there's no more fire in the relationship, or your spouse not really appreciate you? Did your spouse forget a special day in your life? Did they not acknowledge you? Something happened along the way that put you in this mood that's now snowballed. So what's really going on? And once we get that out in the open, I'm going to turn to another person. Did you realize you did this? Their question, their answer is going to be either yes or no. If it's no, you may want to pay a little bit more attention to your spouse. Because somewhere along the line, I'm not saying that you necessarily knew what happened, but you should have noticed a difference. You should have noticed that something along the way changed. And I know life gets busy. We have our jobs, we have our kids, we have just all things going on. But if you're not paying attention to the one closest to you, something's going to happen. Something's not good with that. So the biggest thing is communication again. For the one that's angry and upset, why are you angry? For the one that didn't notice or did notice and didn't act, you have to pay attention to that other person. You have to know that something's going on.
I agree. Well, how can our listeners follow you in the next 13 seconds?
Absolutely. I'm at brotherword.org, Facebook, Brotherword, on Twitter, at Brotherword, or if you want to call me directly, 985-235-WORD, and that's 9673, so that'll be 985-235-9673, and you can always reach me by email, brotherword@brotherword.org.
Thank you so much, Larry, for this great interview, and I would love to bring you back and follow up with you in the next few weeks.
I appreciate you. Absolutely. Anytime, I'd be happy to be at the Sugar Shack.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, Larry and more at the Sugar Shack. This is Miss J. We'll be back.
It's time to enjoy your TV better, your internet better, and your phone better, starting as little as $40 a month. Xfinity by Comcast offers the best solutions for all your entertainment needs. Choose from thousands of on-demand titles, stream movies, and shows on any of your devices. Control your DVR on the go from anywhere. And now introducing Xfinity Start Over. Restart a show that's already in progress. Now you won't miss a minute of your show when you're running late. How about some of the nation's fastest internet speeds, not only at home, but when you're on the go with Xfinity Wi-Fi hotspots? How about having the most intelligent home on the block with lighting and temperature control, 24/7 security, and firewall from any PC or tablet? All services are backed with a 30-day guarantee and packages starting at just $49.99. You can't lose. Don't delay. Local reps are waiting for your call. Just dial 866-824-4019. Again, that number, 866-824-4019.
I didn't realize, and you know, it had a place for you to put your clothes and your shoes if you was to get naked, but not, it wasn't that kind of parlor.
Yeah, right.
You know, with the Chinese people with the little fingers and stuff. It wasn't that kind, with the happy endings. But it was so good. I laid down on the table. He didn't even tell me that he was getting ready to turn this machine on that was going to... I fell asleep. It was like 3 minutes in, I was gone. And it was only for 10 minutes.
Wow.
But I was gone 3 minutes. I was like, and it massaged, not only did it do the part where I was injured, but it did all the way up to the top of my skull, like right there in the middle. That's why I was gone. It was like giving me the neck treatment. It was like a passion mark. But, you know, it was really good. It felt wonderful. It was wonderful.
Passion marks hurt.
I know, it was hurt so good.
You be trying to enjoy it, like,
stop the blood. Am I bleeding?
Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's enough.
Keep going. It was one of those. It was really, really fun though. I enjoyed it so much. I mean it. I can't wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow I just might get naked without them asking me. Why are you naked?
Kill the visual! Kill the visual!
Like this. Like, I am ready.
Get your baby!
Thank you. I'm a have a baby.
From north, east, south, and west, you're listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Drug, alcohol, and gambling addiction can be devastating for you and your loved ones. Don't let the disease of addiction ruin everything you have worked so hard for. If you or a loved one is suffering from a drug, alcohol, or gambling addiction, call now and get a free, confidential consultation. Help is only a phone call away. Call 1-877-867-3063. That's 1-877-867-3063.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the station with all the hits and the Talk Lately show weeknights at 7 p.m.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back. This is Miss J on BeExposedRadio.com at the Sugar Shack. We are back from our wonderful interview with Mr. Larry M. Moore from Brother Word. And in the background, we have Engineer Robbie holding it down. And we have someone else in the background hiding over there. Mr. Jonathan Rashawn, in the building. And like I said, I wanted to continue our topic. Our phones were ringing. I don't know what happened to the callers, but they've been calling. I'm not sure why they're not getting through. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Because I want to hear your responses. Y'all been calling, but for some reason y'all are not getting through. So call back. Why do single women/men love to date married men/women? and diagnosed with HIV and dating. Want to know, has anyone dated someone that was HIV positive? How was the dating experience? If you're HIV positive, what has been your dating experience? So those are at the Sugar Shack questions of the day. So, super excited.
Can you repeat the question again?
Sure. Why do single women and men love to date married men and women? Diagnosed with HIV and dating. Is it about the positive, or is it a deal breaker in the relationship? You said it's a deal breaker, basically.
I can't do it. It's too much of a risk factor.
Okay. And is a deal breaker on the married partner, so to speak. Hi, boo. I know you got some hotness with you coming up with these questions I got. I definitely want to hear your opinion.
All right, I'm ready.
So our first at the Sugar Shack question of the day was, why do single women and men love to date married men and women? And diagnosed with HIV and dating, is it about the positive or a deal breaker in a relationship?
Ooh. So wait.
There's two parts to that. So you can hit either one of them.
A single person is dating a married person.
Mm-hmm.
That's positive?
No. It's two different.
Oh.
Yeah. Two different questions. So why do single people like to date a married man or a married woman?
Because they know their head is on straight as far as loving and morals, as far as what they're looking for.
Really? I don't agree with that.
You don't?
No, because obviously their head is not on straight if they're married and cheating.
Well, I thought the single person was dating the married person. Oh, well, that's still cheating.
That's still cheating.
Sorry, wrong moment. But
yeah, that's still, because as I said earlier, the triangle starts with the person who is married. They have the choice of bringing that other angle into the triangle that he or she is creating. So that single person is now involved in a triangle, who in turn might have somebody else that they're dating. So now you have a square.
Oof. A messy square.
A messy square. Because of this single tip that created this other shape.
Oh.
Which the other person, who is the wife or the husband, doesn't know, was blindsided by all of this. So, and then the other part of this is the person that the husband or the wife cheated with, that partner feels they have equal rights as the main wife or husband. Do you think?
That's crazy.
Yeah, but that's life.
That is.
That's
I know
life.
a lot of people who
exactly
dealing with situations like that,
and they really think they have the same rights, and you don't. Because if they were really going to be with you, they would be with you.
Right.
Everybody says, "Oh, I'm so unhappy at home. They're not doing this. They're not doing that." So, of course, the person that is the side piece is taking it all in and believing everything that the tip is saying to create this whole messy square. Because why would they lie to me?
Right.
They have every reason to lie to you. You're a piece of ass. Let's just call it what it is. You're a piece of ass. And you're gullible. Because you're going to believe everything. How many people know of someone that is involved with a married person and your friend says, oh, but they're going to leave them?
I just heard that yesterday.
Ring the bell. Baby shots. We can keep going. We can keep going with the sound effects. Exactly. But I always say at the Sugar Shack, that thing called karma, the way that you get someone is the way that you lose them. So if he cheated on you or she cheated on you, they're going to do the same. You are not special. And I also said everybody is special, but you're not that special in that messy square. You're not. You're going to get it probably just as worse because now your feelings
no one's
is
safe.
all... I always say, and I always put this as an example. If Halle Berry, the most beautiful woman in the world, can get cheated on,
right?
No one is safe. No one is safe. This woman is everything, looks beautiful, everything. She might be a little crazy. They always say Halle Berry's crazy. But in the looks department, you can't get any better than that. Nah. But he cheated. So the average person that thinks, oh, I know my mate won't do this to me, I never in my vocabulary ever say never. Because you never know when you're in a situation for anything of what you're not going to do. So the words I'm never going to do or I never would do, I would never suggest putting it in your vocabulary because you never know. But as far as being married, the sanctity of marriage right now, I don't think people really appreciate it. Mm-mm. It's a business contract, as I was saying with Rob. It's a business contract. You pay the bills here, I pay the bills. We meet in the kitchen. We stay together for the kids, if y'all got kids, or you stay together for the dogs.
The dog.
If you got dogs, because some people love their dogs like their kids, and they don't want to part. They don't want to separate each other because of
I'm not gonna lie.
adoption.
That sounds like white people with the dogs.
Yeah, but
some black people like that too.
You know, we're not going to discriminate. There's some people that love their dogs and their animals that much that I don't want that animal to leave the house that we shared, so we have to stay together. I don't care if we fight all day, but you're not taking them, and I don't want visitation right. You don't want visitation right, so we're going to be miserable together. But in the hindsight, you got somebody over here, but I didn't know about it, but now I know. And then this person thinks they have equal rights as though they were number one. Wrong. There are no equal rights. Because if it was equal rights, they would be number one, and the number one would be out of the picture.
Right.
Not saying, I'm going to leave them. It's going to be you and me. We're going to be here together. We're going to start a new life. It's about you. It's about you. And that person is really feeding into this. And then the main person gets involved. And it's like, okay, so you've been cheating. And this person thinks they have rights. No, they don't.
No.
No. So then, which leads to diagnosed with HIV and dating, because that falls in line with cheating, possibly getting something that you can't, and taking it back home that you can't get rid of. So, do you know anyone that's HIV positive and dating?
I do.
And that's what I wanted to do on the show. I wanted to bring someone in that is HIV positive just to get their opinion on the dating world, because I know it's a different dating world for them. And then I wonder if a lot of them are open and honest with their diagnosis.
That's a good question. It's actually, I can't get it out. It's actually an organization who openly speaks about it. I can get the information for you and bring it in. So
Sure.
you can have them come on the show and talk about it.
Yes, and I want you to be a part of it too. That day.
Sure. I would love to sit in.
So, what are they saying about the dating world and being?
I never ask. I know that they're dating and I know their status, but I don't really know what it is mentally for them.
Okay.
But I'm gonna do some investigation for you.
Yes, do that.
Bring back the information.
Bring it back to the shack. please.
Espionage.
Exactly. Because I would like to know. Because dating is already hard enough. If you got a sore on your lip and it looks like you have herpes, that's a dating rough face. You know, you can have the slightest little flaw.
Oh my God.
And you know, people would you don't have to look like that.
No, because if I'm sitting across the table and then you ask for my mashed potatoes and then I see that, it's just like, nah. I would just be looking at it like, what? I think it moved.
You know, it's a stress sore. It's a stress sore, but to deal with that alone, of having, you know, a herpes sore or a cold sore, and you don't want to go out in public because people are going to think the worst of you, let alone having something that's terminal like that. And imagine how people would react to you. I'm pretty sure. Stupid. I'm pretty sure it's very awkward, and having to. Robbie is crazy. Of having to divulge that information and say, you know, I like you, but I have this to tell you. And then it goes down from there. It goes down from there. And let alone if they're intimate with the person first and then they tell them afterwards.
Sorry about that. I was looking at the sound sheets.
Yeah, and it's like,
that's definitely a no-no. Like, so you mean all this time I'm getting checked right now? But then it's like, is that mean?
No.
No. That's not being mean.
Take care of yourself and cover yourself.
Exactly.
So if you told him like not to talk to you ever again, is that mean?
That's the consequence you have to pay for telling a lie like that.
Yeah.
It is.
I would think.
That's my red blood cells at stake.
Even if you were okay after you got checked, I think that it would still be kind of devastating knowing that that person will put you at risk.
And not say anything. And y'all go out to dinner, y'all go bowling, like y'all have a great evening, do. And then they
like,
say,
hey,
in the morning, can I tell you something? I just been pondering with this for a moment, and I just didn't know how to tell you. And you're like, what? Didn't you, in between bowling and dinner, you could have told me something? You know, like.
And we've been dating for 7 months?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's harsh.
So I had a question for you, Jonathan. I just said 7 months, and he was like, ooh. Is that a long time to be dating for you? 7 months?
No, not at all. I'm in a relationship, and I've been dating that person. We were dating for about that long before we made it official. It's good to get to know the person and let them become your friend first. If they can be your friend, then you can move past and go into a relationship. If you can't be friends first, that's a problem.
6 months is the honeymoon period.
Yeah.
After 6 months, that's when you see the real person.
Yep.
You will see who they've been hiding, what the things they've been hiding, you know, them split personalities, the selfishness, all that, the good, bad, and the ugly. So you being with the person for 7 months now, do you find that dating versus being single is, because some people enjoy being single.
They do.
Some people enjoy dating and being and knowing that someone is there for them. Do you find that it took you a minute to try to pawn out the bad frogs to get to the good one?
Yes. I weigh my options. I didn't just cut everybody off once I started dating. I weigh my options. I date not a lot of people, but enough to kind of
compare
and yeah.
What you don't want, what you
Exactly.
don't need, what's not
Exactly.
good for you.
Then I kind of wean them out slowly.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's always a good thing. Dating with a purpose. The purpose is I might not be with you, so we're going to eliminate you in this short period of time. Thank you and good night.
I'm a relationship person, though. Dating for me doesn't work out well. I like to know that I have somebody there constantly to have my back. Like, I don't want to have to keep jumping back and forth and kind of figure things
that's
out.
not
It's
cool.
a pain in the ass.
That's not cool, because dating, this dating world right now, I don't understand it, but I just hear so many horror stories on dating and what to look out for. So with that, that was going to be another topic of ours, but I'll probably save that for tomorrow. But well, we can. Skeletons in your closet. Do you have anything to hide? Do you find that when you're dating that women have intuition? Some men say they have intuition, but is it something just that drastic that you're hiding for 6 or 7 months that you just don't want to come out, and when it comes out you think that's it? It's just that devastating?
I think that a lot of people are afraid to express themselves in the beginning because they think that if they don't like it, that it's going to run the person away, especially if they're really like deep into it. So
that happened to me before. Like, I was talking to this one chick, and she asked me if I had sexual relations with this other chick, and I know that she didn't like her, so I was like, no, I didn't. But I only did that a lot. I only did that because I didn't want anything between us to die. So
yeah. Did it eventually come out? Oh, damn.
Bless you. Bless you on that. Poor thing. So
for me, I think it's okay to keep some secret to yourself in the beginning. Not maybe 6 or 7 months, but in the beginning, you have to get to know the person first before you can start letting out too many deep things. But if it's something you need to know, like an STD or that you have kids or you're married, that needs to be in the beginning.
Exactly. So you are talking to this other piece of the triangle for 6 to 7 months, and they never say, oh, by the way, I'm married.
That's nasty.
So now the side piece is like, how could you do this to me? You know.
Is that a ring on your finger?
Yeah. Why can't I ever come to your house? Why do we always have to meet at my house? Why can't we meet during the day? Why do we always have to meet after 9 o'clock?
Don't be asking me
Why
questions.
can't you stay over? Why you're only here for 2 hours?
Because I love you.
I mean, like, these are the questions after 7 months, because you want to know, and I don't want to hear, oh, I'm traveling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out on business. You lay your head somewhere. And it's not in a hotel every night. So why can't I come to your house? Why can't I cook for you and you cook for me at your house? That red flag should have went off somewhere. And that, I work out of town. I'm not in town, but on the weekend, and
after 9 o'clock.
Yeah, but I gotta leave on Sunday by 5 because I gotta catch a plane or a train, automobile, or whatever to get to work. Yeah, that's crazy, but that's life, and people go through these things.
And people believe that,
and people believe that just because they did it to you, they're not going to do it to me. you're stupid, dummy.
Dummy.
Because they are going to do it to you. You are no exception to the rule. But I love him. I love her. Okay, you can love him. But guess what? That love not going to get you far. Because guess what's going to happen? He going to want to go back, or she going to want to go back to her husband or his wife and his family. Because you can only play in the cookie jar for so long before that cookie jar gets old.
Yeah. Or empty.
Or empty. Because you didn't play around so much. You done broke the cookies up.
Or ants.
Or the ants, or whatever. So, but yeah, but this is real life though. And I just, oh my God, people, I swear, it's so sad. And I was in a relationship like that, kind of caught off guard with it. And so I understand it, and I've been there, and I know how it is and how it feels. And it's a very hurtful feeling being on the other end of that. And knowing that the person that you have been with has tipped out and is lying to your face, that's the hurtful part.
Yeah.
You get busted dead up. Dead to the right. You are busted. And either you don't know what to say, afraid to go home, afraid, just afraid.
Bust the windows out your car.
Bust the windows out your car. You don't know which way to look, which way to turn, because you don't know if a shoe, a bat, Shaniqua and the crew coming for you. You just don't know. Because a person's first instinct when they've been cheated on is to do what? Revenge. Lash out. Whatever, however.
Wait. That's not true.
What?
Yes, I don't know why I said
yes,
revenge.
It is.
Because whenever I get cheated on, I don't seek revenge.
That's
I
you.
seek closure.
I see closure too. You're right.
Like, I just want to know why.
You're not going to get an answer because you know why?
Because you're never going to believe him.
Because you're never going to believe them. And because they lied for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, or a year, why would you believe anything that comes out their mouth? When they've had the opportunity to come clean. And not the same old, I didn't know how to tell you. They didn't mean that much to me. It's you, baby. You the one I want. I don't want to break up our family. That whole bullshit that people talk about and say to get out of that mess that they created. So this is Miss J with our special guest, Mr. Jonathan Sean, and Engineer Robbie in the background holding it down. This is Miss J. We will be back on Be Exposed Radio at the Sugar Shack.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
It's time for a flashback.
Why do I think that's like the KKK headquarters?
Which one, Birmingham or African?
Which one would I choose?
Yeah, if you had to go to one of them.
Wow. That is a good point. I think I would choose Alabama, though, because I can leave. I don't have to stay. Unless I'm captured, by the KKK. Then I have no choice. So just better get ready for the news. that's a good question. That would have been a good poll question if I felt like doing polls anymore. Alabama or Africa, which one would I rather live in if I had no choice? If the world was swallowed up by water and the only places that was left was Alabama and Africa, I'd take the water. I will swim. It's okay. I'm not coming. Either place put me in the middle, the furthest place away from the land, and I'll swim it out. I will swim it out.
You can catch Talk Lately Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are now listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello? That's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
I say this, though. I love both of them for virtually the same reason. Fabulousness. I could give a rat's behind about who can authentically sing or not. However, Jennifer, you cannot hold a candle to the vocal stylings of one Mariah Carey. But judged up in the studio, who gives a damn? They make you sound good as far as I'm concerned, Jen Lo. And Mariah, Jen Lo's got nothing on your boobs, but you got nothing on that ass. Both of yous are great in your own rights. I'm not going to even feed into the feud. So that's my commentary on it. I love them both for the very same reason, yet two different reasons. Both of them have been close to Puffy at one point or another. Who's the more authentic beauty? Well, you both have had work done on your faces. So, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with it, but just let the record show. That's my opinion, by the way. You look at the noses. Nose for nose. Both noses have been done. Mariah, Mimi, that new chin is looking awfully cute. Jen, your first nose still needed zhuzhing. You got it done again. It looks cute. Tasteful. Neither one of you are in the hood now, baby. I mean, both, everything is tasteful on both your broads. And both liposuction as far as I'm concerned. Why are you wowing? What is the big deal?
It's not a big deal.
Well, then stop starting something by wowing.
Sorry.
I couldn't picture either one of you having sex crazily. The two of you and Beyonce, you fan your hair out and keep asking a man, what's my name? What's my name? Aren't you glad to be with me? That's what all three of you do, as far as I'm concerned. The three of you play like you can put it down, but I don't believe nothing is really popping off. Why are you oohing? Egging it on.
Join the club that gives you stuff.
Hey, thanks!
Radio Loyalty.
Here's how it works.
Just click on the Radio Loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then, you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for stuff in the Radio Loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple, right?
Radio Loyalty.
Click that banner to join now.
Welcome back. This is Miss Jerry on the Exposed Radio at the Sugar Shack with our special host today, Mr. Johnson Rashawn.
Hello.
Engineer Robbie in the background holding it down for us. So on break we were discussing the unfortunate deaths at the Merriweather this past weekend that just happened. A 20-year-old and a 17-year-old. Pop and Molly passed away. 19 others hospitalized. And the sad part is you let your child go to a concert thinking they'll be back by 1, maybe 2, the latest, and you get a call, or you don't get a call right then and there, or whatever the case is, that your child has passed away, and you just saw them. I can't even imagine what kind of feeling the mother and the father, or whoever was taking care of these 2 young adults, was going through when they got that phone call. And these kids, they are popping this stuff like it's candy, and they're invincible. You're not invincible. You know, it's going to mess you up severely. And for so many people, 2 dead, 19. Like, did you get it from the same batch? Like, what?
Exactly. I'm sitting here thinking the same thing.
Yeah, like, what is the unlikelihood that all this was from something different, but all of them had the same reaction, or 2 of them were fatal from the same batch? And it's like, okay, who is going to be held responsible for this?
Nobody.
No one. And so now, you know what's going to happen? I'll tell you what's going to happen. One of the 2 of these young 2 that passed away, mother, father, aunt, uncle, or whatever the case may be, is now going to go to Congress to get a bill to pass. Mark my word, it's not going to be yesterday. It's going to be in the near future of this. Like, as always, someone loses someone and they go to want to get a bill passed. So watch and see what happens with this case on what bill is going to be passed, because something's going to get passed, because this could have been one of the senator's kids.
Exactly.
A congressman, whoever dignitary or whoever the person may be, they could have been their kid that went to this show. So now that's more of a reason.
Sorry. What show was it?
It was the 2-day Moonrise Festival, Mad Decent Black Party. Such artists as Diplo, Flux Pavilion, and Dillian Francis. It was the first ever Moonrise Festival. It was saying that most of the people didn't think that if they go, they didn't have any drugs, that it would just be a concert.
You know, the event that's happening this weekend at Otakon, I heard rumors that some of the security actually were like selling like mollies and stuff right outside the rave.
Wow.
That's crazy. And then it's like, why do you even want to do drugs like that? Why? And then this is why marijuana gets such a bad name, because of drugs like Molly and stuff. But I'm under the impression where it's like you have a choice to do those other drugs, and you live the consequences.
You know, when you're lighting it up, when you're cutting it up, when you're doing whatever, you know, before you pop it, swallow it, snort it, taste it, whatever,
shoot it,
look at it, you wrong.
So did they overdose, or was it just a something? Was it laced some kind of way, or are they saying?
It is saying that.
That's crazy. I barely want to drink liquor.
I don't even drink.
It is saying the autopsy results are pending. They're waiting for test results to determine what substance they had. Other concertgoers who fell ill might have ingested. They said that they were surprised how drunk and immature the young crowd seemed. openly sold at the Meriwether.
Wow.
That some of them had used substances beyond alcohol. No kidding. Kids were acting strange. Kids were shaking, describing the scene by the portable toilets that they were definitely acting different. You could just tell from the way that they acted, that their body language.
Can you imagine being surrounded by all of them just shaking and jumping on each other and jumping on
like
you?
Zombies.
Like, yeah. Hyperactive zombies.
They said that quite a few were laying in the grass, their pupils dilated.
That's heavy.
They shouldn't have been there and wasted out of their minds. I couldn't imagine. They appeared drugged impaired, rather looking to stop before smoking marijuana. Drug overdose. In broad daylight like that. And then, so you got 2 that passed away, 1 here, 1 there, and then you got 19 scattered around.
Just
out,
losing it.
Losing it.
Faded.
That's crazy. Like, this is not Woodstock. This is the Meriwether.
So, was Woodstock like multiple concerts, or was it just one concert?
It was a lot of different artists there.
At Woodstock.
At Woodstock.
So that's what I'm saying.
So it's like Lollapalooza type of thing.
Oh, okay.
And of course, you know, everything was everything.
Trippy time.
And but these kids today, it's like, you know, half of them getting dropped off by their parents. Some of them are driving. Some of them are carpooling. Some of them are busting it, training it, whatever, skateboarding, you know, to get there. And it's like, woo, you know, for 2 to 3 hours, I don't have any supervision. I'm a freak off. I'm going to do whatever I want to do, be who I want to be. And you pop something and instantly
you regret it.
And you can't get that back.
It's a lot of people that go to Otakon that do those.
Really?
Oh yeah, especially in the rave.
Oh, yeah.
And then, you know, you got all the little cartoon characters walking around, so they like, oh man, I've been waiting all year. Like one time I was on the subway, and somebody was like, yeah, this is when bath salt was a thing last year. And he was like, yeah, man. I was like, yeah, make sure when you go there, you be safe. Don't do nothing crazy. Don't do no bath salt. And he was like, oh no, I'm doing something way harder than bath salt.
What was way harder than bath salt?
I don't want to know.
Last year, that was insane.
Yeah, people getting their faces chewed off.
Like, I remember when I first heard about the bath salt thing. It was like, exactly, like cannibalism. Like, what?
I hate when soap get in my nose. When I'm taking a shower, like, sniffing bath salt.
You know, it's like, but then somebody wants the next best thing. They want the next thing. What's going to take? Like, how high do you have to be? I don't drink like that. So a sip of a cooler, I'm done. A sip of wine, I'm done. I have the worst baby system in the world.
Me too.
So I'm not going to drink a full thing of anything. I'm not going to smoke anything. I'm not going to ingest anything. So if I can't handle a sip of a cooler, a sip of wine, what the hell do I look like popping something, snorting something to get me where? Because eventually I'm going to have to come back to reality. And that same problem that I had before I ingested that pill,
still gonna be there.
Snorted that whatever, lined it up, chopped it up, did whatever to think I'm going to be
shot it up,
and to think that that problem or that person is going to go away or come back, and I come back from that high, but I might be just as jacked up before I got there from that high. Now I'm worse. So now I'm going, I want to get that high again. So do you even remember the high, or do you just feel different, or you just know you want to do it again? So now you're at a different plateau now. So you tried it once. Oh, I want to try it again. Okay. So now you done dipped in it twice. All right. So now you at another high level again.
And then it's like the second time you dip in, you're like, you know what? I took one. I wonder what would happen if I took three.
Two or three.
That's crazy.
And it's like it's not going to stop. So now you're addicted. And it always say it only takes one time to get addicted.
I actually had a friend last year when I was at the con who was like tripping off acid. And it was really, really scary. Like
Acid?
Acid.
Mm.
Like an acid tab.
Acid?
No, not acid. Like it's called acid tabs. It looks like a Band-Aid. Probably the size of like a pen top. More like this part of a pen top.
Uh-huh.
And you put it under your tongue and it dissolves. And then you just go from 0 to 100
like
really
fizz.
quick.
Like candy fizz. You just put it on your tongue and it just dissolves and you just go zoop.
Yep. Straight to the moon. Whenever, like, because my friends, they do a lot of that stuff. I don't do it. But I always like for them to show me what it looks like so I know to stay away from.
Of course.
Yeah. Because I'd rather know what my enemy looks like.
Exactly.
And be able to, oh, no, I know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that away from me.
Keep
that away from me.
And
Keep
you
that,
get away from me.
You get away from me.
You get away from me with that. Look. Yeah, I know CPR. I know CPR.
Because last year, Otakon was actually really fun last year. But last year, they put, like, suds, like, soap stuff in the fountain. So it was, like, bubbles and stuff everywhere. And my friend, he said the only thing he could see was this person, like, kicking the suds, like, over and over. And his head just... And he was just standing there. Then he was all running in the middle of the street. We had to grab him. And when we got back to the room... He was like choking plants, and we told him to like lay down, and then he was laying down flat, and then he like popped up, and then just started like he started dancing, and we was like, yo, you need to chill, like for real, you really need to chill. And he was tripping.
So for those, I said I'm going because I do want to experience it.
What, Otakon?
Yeah, I said I'm gonna go. You want to go?
I was actually, remember, I wanted to go this year, but
we'll talk after the show.
So, Robbie, he was explaining the other day of what it is, and just so happened while we were talking, I was reading the article of a person that is going and has been going, and I find it very interesting of the language and the costume that he is speaking about on what his character and what he's going to do when he goes. And let me find it real quick. So I didn't realize how big this is. So it says for over a decade, I'm not going to put his name out, but he has been an avid lover of all things anime. In 2002, he found a home for his passion at Otakon. That's pronounced right?
Otakon.
Otakon.
I think the word you're saying is anime.
Anime, okay. So Otakon is an annual anime convention that will be held at the Baltimore Convention Center from Friday through Sunday.
I can't wait.
As vice chair of the convention, he lives and he gets to see the 3-day event unfold firsthand. He said that, basically he's talking about the event, and he was like, what is his worst pet peeve? He says, lazy people. What songs are you loving? Da-da-da-da-da. Then he says his favorite anime character is the great teacher Wanzuka.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, obviously this thing is huge. And I want to go just because I want to see what the big hype is. Because I just want to see the characters. I want to see the people.
It's interesting watching them walk. I used to always watch them walk down to the convention center and
like being outside of.
Yeah, because last year I didn't know when I came through what it was. I didn't know. I just saw everybody dressed up. And I was like, oh, okay, is Comic-Con here? And I didn't know. So now I know this year what to expect. So I want to see all the trippy costumes. I want to see
trippy.
all, everybody acting crazy and unwinding for 3 days. And
like being outside of Otakon and being inside of Otakon are two totally different things.
Imagine.
Oh.
So
you'll enjoy it.
I don't want to see anybody choking any plants or, feeling each other up in their costumes and stuff. That's another subject. That's a whole nother show right there. That's a whole nother show. Baby, that's a whole nother show. Because I'm pretty sure people get down.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was our topics for today. We had a great show today, actually, here at the Sugar Shack. Thank you. So what are your plans for the weekend?
All the time.
I have an eventful next 2 weeks. I have Fashion Week. I want to look good for that, so I have to make myself something to wear.
Mm-hmm.
I have a white party. I have a wedding to go to, and I'm hosting a fashion show.
Oh, when?
August 29th.
If I'm in town,
So,
excited about myself and Miss Versatile hosting as the host also Baltimore Fashion Week. I'm so excited. Yes. Cannot wait for that. Nice dress to throw on, do a little shopping and stuff. Do a little shopping and get pretty and primped and all that good stuff. And to see the city of Baltimore do their thing. See what the designers got
I can't wait
bring.
to see.
I know it's going to be off the chain. Exciting to see what designers have, what ideas they have thought about for the last year. So, being a designer, what is the hardest thing? Because we're going to interview you real quick. What is the hardest thing you have to do to prepare for a big event like this?
All of it. It's stressful. I like to do things on my own. Recently, when I had my last show, I had a PR that I hired, and it was kind of like I was still controlling because I'm used to doing everything
your way.
So just from planning, finding the right venue, which was horrible for me for my last show. Finding the right venue, ordering the right fabrics, and creating your garments, and choosing the models, the hair, the makeup. It's a lot. I guess the hardest thing would probably do for me is promote the show. Mm-hmm. Making sure everybody's there, people RSVP as far as special invites. But the clothing is pretty much a breeze.
I got a question. Do you ever feel like you suffer from kind of recreating the same pieces?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know, I'm not a designer, but whenever I'm playing a video game, you know how you get to customize your characters? I feel like all of my characters will have the same feel to them.
I do, and that's an issue I struggled with in the past. I've actually, a few years ago, I did a runway show, and I replicated 3 of the same garment. And when I actually watched a video of them coming on a runway, I'm like, why? But it's important to, as you go along, kind of I put my stuff on a rack and put it in line to kind of see what I have, to see if it's something that looks similar to something I already did. I need to make an alteration or kind of vamp it to look better than.
So as a designer, do you revert back to things you made prior years?
I do. I try to stick with certain things. People know me for the ruffles on dresses, preferably the left side. I stack them high. I try to stick with stuff like that people will remember me by, but I try to do stuff new that's outside my element.
Okay.
Like I've also been doing gowns and a lot of formal wear now, which people don't know me for. I've been doing swimwear for the last 7 years. So.
Wow! Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that. And
It's a challenge, but
I bet the swimwear alone is a challenge. So, do you find that marketing and, like you said, the getting it out there for people to attend, do you find that it is a little harder on your own, or having a team behind you?
I think it's harder with the team because you can't trust everybody, for one. And then if you leave it in too many hands, it's not going to be done the way you would want it to be. So I kind of like to micromanage, do a lot of things.
So you're just better
on my own.
doing it all by yourself
Yeah.
if you can. Hello.
You better.
So, do you think that preparing for a show in a year is enough time?
Definitely. If you kind of map everything out and stay true to what you put on your timeline, definitely. My last show I did in 2 months.
Wow. How many pieces?
And I did 40 pieces, which all didn't get shown. So, but definitely planning stuff out. If you can plan a year or more, then that's great, because you can save up for the right venue, the right hair, the right makeup, order fabric that's suitable for the garments that you're trying to make, not rush it.
So what does a designer do with the pieces that they don't show?
Well, the purpose of a runway show, which a lot of people lose focus with, is that you're trying to market your pieces to sell. I'll usually have a sale after the runway show, have like a trunk sale or a pop-up shop or something to kind of sell the pieces. If they're still there after that season, then I'll have like a blowout sale and try to get rid of it, or rent them out to like a lot of high school fashion shows or troops that's doing stuff.
That's a great idea.
Or you can keep them for styling. A lot of stylists like to come pull from you, so
that is true too.
just put in your styling closet.
So you're not losing out on
Right.
anything.
You can still keep them over time and
exactly
do alterations and
and pieces rarely go out of style anyway. You can revamp them
Exactly.
into something new. So, well, thank you so much, Jonathan.
Thank you for having
stopping
me.
as always here at the Sugar Shack. This is Miss J with Engineer Robbie holding it down on Be Exposed Radio. We will see you guys tomorrow. You have a great evening.
Good night, y'all.